Welcome to the show, guys. Today we are featuring one of Metallica's masterworks, And Justice for All from 1988 on Elektra Records. The 25th of this month just happens to mark the 25th anniversary of the album's release, so we're celebrating by taking a closer look at it. We're starting with side 1, track 1, Blackened. Okay guys, I gotta be honest with you, it's not that I'm not a fan of Metallica, it's just I've never really been exposed to them. I guess you could say I've never given them the chance. Let me put it this way. The first time I heard a Metallica song was in the form of a polka by Weird Al. Yeah, I'm dead serious. I remember back in high school, I was walking by some kids and one guy was telling his friend, dude, I think Metallica is the best band ever. And his friend was like, totally. And while I didn't necessarily agree with this statement, it did intrigue me. And this was right about the time the band was peaking in their commercial success of the albums Load, Reload, and Garage Incorporated. And I even remember I was on a trip in France and these girls were telling me that the cover of Load was the mixture of two bodily fluids, further giving me the impression that these guys are hardcore. And I was even given an MP3 CD of every single Metallica song ever recorded up to that point, and I never listened to it. I guess Lars would be happy with that. The point I'm trying to make is, guys, they're freaking awesome. To begin with the dance of the dead. Blackened is the end. To begin with the dance of the dead. Wow. Okay, so I've been missing out. These guys are incredible musicians. And I know this album isn't for everyone, and that's okay, but if you only ever listen to this once, you have to admire the precision with that they play. And there's moments where they play with time signatures, sometimes multiple ones in a single song. It's incredible, and I swear, to me, some of these songs could easily pass for classical music. It's a weird thing, I know, and I never knew metal could sound like this. We've moved on to track 2, side 1, And Justice for All. One of the things people told me about this album is that you can't actually hear the bass on it at all. And I didn't believe them at first, but you know what? It's true. You can't hear the bass at all. I mean, I know it's there. I know they recorded it, but it's so far down in the mix, it might as well not be there. From what I understand, the bass parts are so similar to the rhythm guitar parts that they tend to get lumped together and get lost. Other sources claim that it was part of an initiation or hazing that the band did to their newest member, bass player Jason Newsted. Whatever the case may be, I find it really funny. If you look at the back of the cover, he looks so pissed right here, as if he knows he's getting screwed over in the mix. I mean, like, James is like, whatever, and Lars is like, oh, look at my hair, it's so beautiful. I love you guys so much. And Kirk is like, man candy right there. He's just got the locks, the luscious locks. But Jason, he looks like the guy who's asking for your lunch money, and he means it because he's hungry. That's how pissed he looks. I want to mention Metallica's previous bass player, Cliff Burton, who died tragically while on tour in Europe in 1986. Even though he was only 24 at the time, he could easily be considered a virtuoso at the bass. Just imagine Hendrix playing bass guitar. He was that good. In fact, when drummer Lars Ulrich and guitarist James Hetfield first heard him play, they thought they were hearing a guitar solo. I'm serious, guys. Do yourself a favor and check out some of his videos online of him playing. It's freaking incredible. Hey guys, we're gonna flip on over to side 2 and start with track 2, a song called One. I don't want to build this song up or anything, but it's the recipe for epicness. I'm serious. It opens up with this melodic, dare I say beautiful? Is it okay to call Metallica beautiful? Well, you know what, I'm doing it anyways. This beautiful melodic guitar, almost classical, and then in comes in this soaring guitar solo on top of it, and then James Hetfield's lyrics come in real heavy, and then there's this droning rhythm guitar, and then it erupts into this thunderous, incredible, chunky, distorted rhythm guitar with these wailing electric solos, and then these bullet-like drum parts, and then it erupts, it goes, and it takes you on this sonic journey all over the place, and then it just ends. And all you hear is the crackle of the record. And that's it. There's no apology, no resolve, and I think that's beautiful. This is the last album where the band was considered underground, but that's not to say it didn't do well. Oh no, it went on to reach number 6 on the Billboard's Top 200, selling over 1 million copies within 9 weeks. And it thrusted them into the mainstream. In a funny twist of fate, however, they lost out on Best Rock/Metal Performance at the 1989 Grammy Awards to Jethro Tull.
And the winner is crest of a name, Jethro Tull.
I guess once you bungle down to the jungle, you never go back. This album also saw the band's first ever music video. It was for this song, One, and the band actually created 3 versions of it. The first 2 are essentially the same, one being longer than the other, and both featuring scenes from the 1971 film Johnny Got His Gun. The third was a performance-only video in case MTV rejected the first 2, which they didn't, and the video ended up winning a VMA for Best Heavy Metal Video. We're moving over to side 3, starting with track 1, The Shortest Straw. I think it's something ingrained in guys that responds to this music. It's like a battle cry or a call to arms, really. And maybe it's just me, but I feel like it hooks on to part of my brain that makes me just want to ride into battle. And especially when Lars engages that double bass pedal, it's like a freaking galloping horse. It's a pure, unadulterated assault on your eardrums, and I freaking love it. Yes, sir, may I have another? Something else that impresses me about Metallica is that they are the real deal. When they came out in 1988, this album stood in sharp contrast to the glam and hair metal bands that were going on at the time. Metallica didn't sing about getting drunk or hooking up with girls. Their lyrics meant something. They sang about war, injustice, the environment, and loss. They really conveyed a message, and I think that's what helps to make this album stand the test of time. Even 25 years later, it still sounds fresh. And you know what, honestly, a lot of what they're saying is applicable today. We're gonna move on to the last side to start with track 1, To Live Is to Die. Oh man, okay, so real quick, I remember my college roommate's little brother was talking about Metallica, and he said, Metallica could probably be the greatest band ever if the singer didn't say, yeah, after every line. And it really cracked me up because I never noticed it until then, and now I can never stop hearing it. It's sort of like when you see the arrow and the FedEx logo for the first time. Oh, did I just ruin it for you guys? Well, you'll never unsee that now. I don't know what to say, guys. I thought I would never say this, but I like Metallica. I would actually listen to this in my car. Probably not while driving in traffic, as I'd most likely hit the car in front of me, but on a long road trip, this would do nicely. Wow, guys, what can I say? I finally get it. It's no wonder why Metallica are who they are and why they are as big as they are. If you're a fan of metal, I say pick this album up if you don't already have it. Now, I got the original issue, but it was really hard to find. Metallica just doesn't seem to stay on the shelves. Good news is they've released several different reissues over the years, so you can easily find one of those. All right, guys, that is all the time we have for you today. Thank you for watching, and be sure to check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and now Instagram. How about that, huh? I'm curious to know what you guys think of this album. Let me know what your favorite Metallica song is and leave them in the comments below. Until next time, I'm your Vinyl Geek, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Yeah! That's why I wear Depends, everybody.
Cut it.
I don't have to worry about my pants.